Thumbs up.
Naughty, Mummy.
Why is Mummy naughty?
Tummy. The tummy. A big tummy.
I mean, she's not wrong really, is she? Hello everyone. So today I thought I would talk about something that I've struggled with through most of my life. But firstly, I want to apologise for the audio in this video. Ash is currently upstairs in the bathroom turning the air blue, and he's got all the power cables, so I haven't been able to hook up the microphone as I would usually. I also have two very scared kitty mouse in the room with me. Oz is currently chilling next to me, so you might hear them too. Life. So I thought I'd talk about weight today. It's something that I've always struggled with. It's rubbish really, because it's down to me to sort it out. And I think it's one of those things where ultimately you can moan about it all you like, but it's yourself that needs to make the changes in it. When it comes to losing weight, if you don't have any medical conditions or anything like that, and it is literally just, you need to get your ass into gear, that is. So when I was younger, I always felt bigger than everybody else. I always felt that I was a larger person, but I actually wasn't. I remember looking back at old band videos and stuff and seeing that I was actually really quite skinny. And I was quite surprised by that because I didn't look anything like how I thought I did at that time. I really started having problems with gaining a lot of weight when I was around 20. I was living with a boyfriend at the time who could literally eat whatever he wanted to eat because he worked out a lot and he had a really good metabolism, but he didn't like certain foods, most foods that were good for you. So I ended up just making stuff to accommodate for that and then sort of forgetting about me eating healthily. That's not his fault, that was my fault, and me constantly having to make sure someone else is happy. But he could get away with it because he was working out a lot. I couldn't. It wasn't that I was lazy, it's just that I wasn't doing the extra, if that makes sense, because I was actually at college doing performing arts, so I was relatively on the go most of the time. It's just it started to catch up on me. At my largest, I think it must have been around when I was 21. I got up to about 15 stone. And I remember being absolutely miserable and I looked awful because I'm 5'6", so I wouldn't say I'm tall, but I wouldn't say, well, yeah, compared to Ash, I'm very short and I have short girl problems many a time around the house. Obviously that weight just isn't the weight that I should be. I managed to lose that weight when I broke up with the boyfriend that I was with at that point through stress. I was miserable on the inside, but felt happier with the way I looked on the outside. But that's not a good way to be either. So I was at a good weight again, and I was happy again. And then I was in another long-term relationship that was bad for my health in many ways. I gained weight through that again, because you just do when you're with a new partner. It's just one of those things. I think you become complacent because you're with someone who you think loves you for the way you are anyway. You just think, oh, well, I'm set now. So you sort of lose control of yourself a bit. So I then went on Slimming World. I managed to lose 2 stone through that and I was happy again. I was at a good weight of like 11 stone again, and I think that suits me. I don't think I should be a really slim, skinny person. I think I should have a little bit of meat on me, and I like being that way, but obviously slimmer than I am right now. I got down to around the 11 stone mark, really happy again, and then slowly it just started coming back on again. And then another breakup happened, and this one was The worst experience. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. I was really put through the ringer and I was very stressed and I lost a lot of weight. I wasn't eating. I was constantly paranoid because of different things that this person did that made me very on edge. So I just turned into a shell and I was just sort of going through the motions. And then enter Ash, who was amazing and helped me through all that, helped me sort of become myself again. Ash really likes barbecue food, like loves it, and pizza and all that stuff. But again, he is someone who can eat all those kinds of things because he works out a lot. And he's at the gym nearly every day, well, was when he could be. So he's like chomping at the bit for gyms to reopen again. But he'd get up at like 5 in the morning, go to the gym, work out for a couple of hours and then go straight to work, which he's got a manual job. And he also did kickboxing. Oz is currently trying to get into a box. Oz, come here, babe. Hey, meow. Yeah, so he'd be doing all that. So he was able to eat those kinds of things. Me and Ash were together for 9 months before I got pregnant with Adelaide. And I'd sort of yo-yoed and lost weight and gained weight. I lost a lot of weight at the beginning of our relationship, again got complacent and put weight on. It's a never-ending cycle. And then I fell pregnant. And I think by the time I'd fallen pregnant, I'd got to about 14 stone and was miserable again. And I just don't know how it happened. You know that you don't know how you gain that much weight in such a short space of time. But yeah, I fell pregnant and so obviously slowly started gaining the weight. And I wasn't careful while I was pregnant. I saw it as an excuse to sort of eat a bit more. And I think some people do that in pregnancies. They just think, oh, I'm feeding for 2, so I'm just gonna eat that extra cookie, which I shouldn't have done. I was always, my bump was visible really quickly. I think I had to start telling people when I was about 10 weeks because I couldn't hide it. I was huge. And if you look at photos of me, you can see it's pretty much all bump. We thought I might be having twins at one point because I was so large. By the Christmas, Adelaide was born in March. So in the Christmas, I looked like I was ready to give birth. So I was huge and miserable. And then by the February, started to swell. And I think this is where the preeclampsia may have started coming in. Obviously, when undiagnosed, I had rashes and I was swelling and I was miserable and it was awful. The rashes started in the December actually. So I was dealing with those for a really long time. And I was told that they were fine. At my baby shower, I looked like a completely different person. And I didn't even recognise myself when I looked at the pictures. And really, I feel like I should have looked at those and said something's not quite right here. But my sister had the same issues when she was pregnant with her girls. So I just assumed it was a Doughty girl trait, that's just how we went when we were pregnant. But 2, Adelaide's born. I didn't get weighed before she was born, so I don't know for sure how heavy I was at the peak of me being pregnant. But I waited 4 weeks after having Adelaide and thought I'll weigh myself after 4 weeks and then that's my starting weight of losing weight. I weighed myself and I was 16 stone. That's a large number. So I was really hard on myself and really disappointed in myself, but then had to remind myself that I had carried a human being for 9 months. After having Addie, I was large and miserable. kicked myself up the arse and I said, right, okay, you need to do something about this. And I was gutted because I wanted those lovely photos of me and Adelaide when she was first born, but I just didn't want to be in them because I looked like a heffalump. So a lot of photos of Addie early on are like of Addie and me here, or they're of Ash and Adelaide or Addie on her own. This is my problem. I get bored. I get bored really easily with diets, and they're just not that easy to uphold. The one that I have found has helped me the most is Slimming World, because I take recipes of things that I like to eat and then adapt them to a Slimming World recipe and go from there. But I couldn't bring myself to go to the meetings, so I was sort of doing it from home a lot. And obviously running after a child and all that stuff, that helped. I managed to get down to 14 stone 10. We started doing a Slimmers Club at work. A lady called Kim at work was lovely enough to sort of run it at lunchtimes. And what we did, each of us who wanted to be involved with it would put £1 in the pot every week on a Monday, because a lot of us wanted to lose weight but didn't want to go to these groups and stuff, just because it is tough being in these groups and having someone say, well, you've put on £2 this week, what have you been doing wrong? And you end up just not wanting to go and fitting it in around your life. This was like the perfect solution because it was at work, at lunchtime. There was only 2 people in the room when you were being weighed, and you had people around you that were like cheering you on, and everybody wanted to do really well. And we made the decision that at the end of every month, whoever had lost the most in that month won the money. So there was that extra incentive there as well. And it was a friendly competition. It was a bit of fun, and you could sort of be a bit sassy with each other and be like, oh, I'm going to beat you next week and all that stuff. I lost so much weight doing that. And I was really chuffed, and I think I managed to lose 17 or 18 pounds. And I was so happy. I was looking a lot slimmer. I'll show you a picture of the before and after. And I was really chuffed with where I'd got to. And then lockdown happened, and that scuppered everything. I've been baking a lot, and I was on furlough for a long time, so I didn't have that routine necessarily. It's so much easier when you go into work to sort of focus on your diet, because you eat your breakfast in the morning, you have a specific lunchtime, and then you get home and eat. And I find it so much easier having a structure there to be able to lose weight. I then gained 9 pounds through lockdown. So I've given myself the kick I need. Adelaide has also obviously given me the kick I need, because she told me. The plan is to now start losing a lot of weight to get happy again. My aim is to lose 3 stone to be where I want to be. And I have a real problem, like photos. I look awful in photos. My friend Rhiannon is shocked when she sees photos of me, like when we're in a group or something, because I just don't photograph very well. My body just doesn't photograph very well. And I end up looking a damn sight larger than I actually am. And that's just not just me saying that, like I literally do. It's horrible. Like, so when I think that I look really nice, I see a photo of myself and I want to curl up in a ball. Pretty much already there. I am a ball. So the plan is to lose this 3 stone. Well, the time frame of that is me and Ash will be getting married in the autumn of 2022. I want to be a pretty bride. And I know that that sounds really, trying to think of the word, superficial of me. But I want to be, and I want to be slim. I don't want to be skinny. I want to be slim, and I want to be wearing a dress that I want to be wearing and feel comfortable in. And I want to look back at the photos of our wedding and be happy with them and not see an oath, basically. I don't want to just lose the weight for the time of the wedding. I want to lose it a good 6 months to a year beforehand. So when I go dress shopping, it means that I'm trying on a dress that I know how it will look on the day. But I want to know what it looks like. I want to be comfortable when I'm trying on those dresses and not feel miserable, because I want it to be a fun and lovely experience, like from the start to finish of the wedding. Things are on hold at the moment. We've got the venue, we've got the registrar, we've got all that kind of stuff sorted. So for the moment, until next year, I'd say, we're probably not going to be doing much more. I've got that time to then be able to enjoy that process. Because I'm a stress head and I don't want this to be stressful. It's going to be, isn't it? So that's the aim, lose the weight for then. So I think I'm kind of doing this to hold myself accountable. I'm so easily changed on what I want to do, and I think sod it, I'll just have that chocolate bar, or sod it, I'll just do that, and I need to stop doing that, and I need to hold myself accountable for the actions that I take. I'm not doing this for anybody else other than myself. When you're wanting to change things about yourself, sorry, Ash is drilling. When you're wanting to change things about yourself, make sure you're doing it for you. It's not for anybody else. And this is for me, because Ash loves me the way that I am. It's me that's miserable. I'm miserable. I look in the mirror and I hate what I see. Before, like, I always used to have the crazy coloured hair and be a certain way. And when I had Adelaide, all that changed. Because of me, I didn't have my hair cut for like 2 years. It had grown out to the brown colour that it naturally is. And I let myself go. And I think having my hair changed was the first step. Wearing a bit more makeup is the second step in me trying to feel a bit more like myself. And now I need to lose this weight. And I'm going to. And I just need to stop making up excuses. So that's the plan. So as of now, I started sort of eating better, and so far I've lost 3 pounds. So I'm back under that 14 stone mark, which I'm happy with. But I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the journey, and I just need to make sure I kick myself up the arse and do it. Yeah, this is another thing I wanted to say before I shut off. I think a lot of people have been disappointed in themselves over lockdown for eating things and putting on weight. And my word of advice to those people is stop beating yourself up. My cat's climbing up the side of a chair. And I think Ash might have just fallen through the roof. I'll go and check on him in a minute. So, my word of advice to people who have gained weight through lockdown is don't beat yourself up. In this situation, I think it was very much more important for people to stay mentally sound. And if having that biscuit or having that drink was helping you through this situation, you did exactly what was right for you. And you can focus on, weight can be lost, but damage mentally is a bigger thing. But if now you're starting to feel like, I need to lose that now, start, just baby steps. So hopefully you'll start seeing throughout videos that I am starting to lose weight. So we shall see. And I look huge, but my problem is I wear a lot of baggy clothes. I wear baggy tops to hide the fact that I feel chunky. And because I'm larger up top, they just hang down, so it just makes me look bigger. So I'm completely doing it to myself in that sense as well. I'm going to do a now picture of how I look now, and I'll pop this up here. And then I think what I'm going to do is do check-ins, like of weight loss videos, catch up, tell you how I've been doing, and show you my progress. And if anybody wants to join in with me, let's go for it. We can do it. And wish you all the best. Mwah! Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a like, and go over and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Or you can stay here and watch our next video. Bye!